Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here with a special afternoon update on Hurricane Isaac on Tuesday, August 28th. And yes, it is now officially classified as a hurricane with sustained winds of 75 miles per hour as it continues to bear down on the Louisiana coastline. Should make landfall sometime late tonight or early tomorrow as it continues on a slow northwest track right towards the Louisiana coastline. Here's the very latest visible satellite loop from the Penn State EWOL site, looking at the Atlantic Ocean as well as the Gulf of Mexico. And here you can see quite a symmetrical looking storm right now. That's always indicative of a healthy system with inflow in the proper location for strengthening. And notice how wide of an extent this area is. This is actually contributed by Isaac. This is the same rain band that soaked parts of Florida yesterday, has moved northward all the way into South Carolina and the North Carolina coastal regions. In fact, Charleston has had over 3 inches of rain this morning from Isaac, with some flooding there. And flooding, it will be the main concern over Louisiana and Mississippi over the next 24 to 48 hours, as it's a slow mover and therefore could dump up to 20 inches or so of rain in some spots over the next couple of days. Well, here's a close-up of Hurricane Isaac. And this is again from the Penn State EWOL site, the latest visible satellite loop. It seems like there's an eye trying to form right now. Again, it has been strengthening. The central pressure is now down to 975 millibars. It has been progressively dropping over the last 24 hours. There have already been some impressive wind reports right here at the coast in Grand Isle, Louisiana, for example, up to 64 miles per hour. Just offshore, a buoy has recorded 82 mile per hour wind gusts. So it continues to bear down on the Louisiana coastline, and again, a storm surge is likely to be significant, and the rainfall will be tremendous over the next couple of days in Louisiana and Mississippi, with anywhere from 10 to 20 inches of rain, maybe even more than that in some spots. So obviously inland flooding is quite a concern. Well, I thought we'd take a look at the very latest GFS model run. This is the 12Z Global Forecast System model run that runs from the current time right through Monday, Labor Day, and we'll take a look at the track that GFS model is putting out now for Isaac. And here we go, right at the beginning. Here's the storm moving over Louisiana, then moves relatively northward up into Missouri, and then loops back to the east, and actually by the end of the weekend could very well produce some rainfall here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Here we go again. It's going to be a slow mover over Louisiana. It'll take a couple of days and therefore some tremendous rainfall amounts, and then it eventually loops back around and kind of combines with a frontal system to potentially give the Mid-Atlantic region some rainfall, probably in the Sunday or Monday time frame. So we'll have to watch for that. It won't be anything obviously close to what they're going to get over the next couple of days down near the Gulf Coast, but quite an interesting track, right? To the west perhaps of New Orleans, then up into Arkansas, Missouri, and then loops back around, kind of teams up with this frontal system right here to produce some possible rains in the Mid-Atlantic at the end of the Labor Day weekend. Well, one final loop of maps I'd like to show here is from the GFS, from the 12Z GFS run. It's accumulated rainfall amounts over the next 5 or 6 days, in fact right through Labor Day weekend. So this is kind of an interesting way to follow the track of the storm as well, and to take a look at some of these unbelievable rainfall amounts. Well, here goes. Here's the next couple of days as it expands and moves northward over Arkansas, Missouri, and then loops back to the east and eventually puts out quite a decent rainfall amount over the Mid-Atlantic region by the Sunday or Monday time frame of the Labor Day weekend. But some of these colors here you don't hardly ever see. This is actually 10 to 15 inch range right here in the southern part of Louisiana. And again, flooding is obviously a major concern here for Louisiana and Mississippi, as there is the potential for anywhere from 10 to 20 inches of rain over the next couple of days, perhaps even more than that in some spots. So that's the latest from the SIweather.com. Isaac is now officially classified as a hurricane, Category 1. It has a chance to develop into a Category 2 over the next few hours before making landfall later on tonight. So stay tuned for more updates at the SIweather.com. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.